Good morning, Mr.
Hello, Pablo. How are you?
Fine, thank you. And you, sir?
Good. I'm very happy to see you all. Hi, Magosha. Hello, Claudia. Do you see my screen?
Yes, we see your screen.
Okay, so today we're going to do data exploration. So we have past 2 weeks, we studied Pandas. We basically learn how to read data into Pandas and how to modify data and everything. And today we will practice a bit more on data exploration. Now I believe we will finish studying Pandas this week, and next week we'll do some visualization activities. Okay, so we have been loading data, basically CSV file into our data frame. And today we will do so, we will do it again, but I will also show you some other ways to read data into Pandas, okay? First of all, for example, now I'm going to work in Colab. I used to work in Visual Studio Code, and you remember I was downloading CSV file and putting it into the same working directory, and I was reading it. Let me put my phone into silence mode. Okay, and now what we are going to do is like this. Okay, let me import pandas library, import pandas as PD. Okay, this is what we always do. And next, I'm going to read my data. So PD CSV, sorry, read CSV. And so we will work on F500 again, F500 CSV. I shouldn't forget putting it in quote. So when I run it, it will not work because I don't have the data set yet, and I have to, so let me, I need to upload it first. Let me refresh it. So let me upload the data set here, F500. So it's right now, it's in the same folder. And when I run it, it should work now. Okay. But, I don't like this process because it's so painful and I have to download it and upload it and stuff. So I usually do it in a different way because my data set is in Google Drive, right? This is the location. So when we follow the link, it will bring us here. So this is a CSV file in our Google Drive. So if I want to read this data into my notebook, so what I'm going to do is, so I'm going to get this URL, the address of this CSV file, and I'm going to put it here. In fact, I did it. This is the file. This is the link of this file. So I put it here, and this second line here, what it does is that it takes, each file in Google Drive has an ID. So the entire numbers between these two slashes is the the unique ID of this sheet. So each sheet has a unique ID. So with this trick, probably you will remember from strings, you know. So I am actually splitting this whole URL in URL by slash, and I select this one. I will show you in a moment. Okay, let me explain how it works first, and then so this file I give it a variable name. So this one, you know, is added to the end of this part. So, and I save this one again. And after that, you know, you're familiar with this part, PD read CSV. And when I put it here, so it works, it runs. And okay, just like this one, you see Walmart and the same thing. The difference is this one is uploaded from local CSV file. This one is directly from CSV file in Google Drive. So if you are curious about what is happening here, let me show you what actually happens here, okay? If in case you didn't understand. So let's forget this one and let me take this for a second. So because you have, let me this one here. So, and let me also take this on top of this. So right now, this is the URL, right? So when I do this, I actually split it by the slashes, okay, forward slashes. So I have something, I have a list like this. So the first item is, because we also have slash here, the first item is this one. Second item is because there's another one empty. The third one is from here to this one, but I'm not interested in the first items, but because I have here -2, right? So this -2 actually takes the -1 is this part and -2 is this part, okay? So if you remember from minus index, so this one is actually, when I do like this, it will directly bring this part to me. Okay, so I have this one. And now, yeah, I was able to select the sheet ID, file ID, and you will we add this one here, and then this is how it works. So now this is not the biggest part of what we need to do. So there is another way, actually. So this time I'm reading data from a Google Sheet, okay? Still this one. I just created a Google Sheet from this file, okay? I saved it as Google Sheet, and it's here. I even gave it a name, F500 Google Sheet. So if I want to directly read data from Google Sheet, so it's a bit slightly different from CSV in Google Drive, but I put it here. So later on, you can take a look at this. This ending is different, okay? And it's slightly different, and this part is different as well. So you need to pay attention. But most importantly, if, for example, you have a Google Sheet and it's only available to you, right? Normally, when you create something, it's only yours. Nobody else can access to it. And in order to be able to use this trick, you need to share it first. It should be shared. Otherwise, it will not work. So, for example, how you do it is that, for example, I want to share it with some people. In our case, you need to share it with someone, or basically you need to come here, and there are 3 options: restricted, with the school, all school, or in this case, I said anyone with the link. So when you select this option, then a link will be generated here. Okay, so you just need to copy this link. Okay, and done. So you need to put this one here. So that way you will be able to use this trick. So I just wanted to make sure every time you don't have to download it. So you can simply copy this, either this one or this one. Next time you want to read file in Google Drive or from Google Sheet. All right, so today, the second thing we're going to talk about is we will do some Boolean operations in Pandas, okay? And so we'll be working with the same F500 data. Okay, since we are able to read, in 3 ways, so I'm going to simply use any of them. Any of them will be fine. So I will change the name to F500. Okay, we're used to it. So I'm going to use F500 from now on. Okay. Sheet name is not defined. Okay, sheet name I'm supposed to. Okay, I will check this one later. Okay, probably when you work on Google Sheet, you need to define sheet name here. Let me quickly define sheet name. Okay, yes, let me define sheet name. And sheet name is, what is it? Sheet 1. Let's see if it works. Yeah, it works. So you don't need to define sheet name here in this one when it is CSV, but when it is Google Sheet, you have to define a sheet name as well. So whatever the name is, name here. Okay. All right. So let's start with the text. Remember, we were doing some filtering last week, so we will continue with it. So here we have it. Let's start with a task. In this task, it says that select companies with revenues over 100 billion, and plus we have the second condition with negative profits. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to find first the revenues. Okay, we will start with revenues, F500 revenues. Okay, so let's check if we hold the right. Oh, sorry. So it works. Okay, so revenues will be over 100 million. So 100 billion, sorry. 100 billion means 100,000 million, right? Because, yeah, 100,000 million. So because here we already, the column is by million. So if we go by 3, it's billions. So 100 billion. So let's check it out. Okay, so we have true, true, false. Okay, good. So this is the first condition, and it says that we need to first save, right? We need to first save it. Let me check. Yeah. So let me, so name is large. Let me give it a name, large revenue. So this is condition 1. Condition 2 is we need to also give it a name, negative profits. Okay, negative profits. So negative profit means this time I'm going to take a look at the profit profit part. Where's, yeah, profits, actually the name is profits, but negative means it's less than 0. Okay, less than 0. And now I'm going to put both of these. I need to combine this. So how am I going to combine? So the name will be combined. So I will combine simply large revenue, okay, and negative profits. Okay, now it's combined. And in order to in order to access the companies meeting this both condition, I need to put F500. I need to put this combine variable into data frame combine, not combine. Okay, so it means there are only two companies whose revenue is over 100 billion, as you can see. And at the same time, their profits is less than 0, as you see. So I'm supposed to assign the name here, big revenue, but negative profit for them. So they make that much money, but still they're not making any profits. Okay, so I hope it's clear and you understand. And then we have another task here, which is select all rows for the companies whose country value is either Brazil or Venezuela, okay? So I'm going to do it similar way, nothing different. Again, F500. So F500. This time I'm going to use square bracket. We have, both two ways we talked about before. So country double equal Brazil. So let me check if the first one is correct. Okay, so the first one is good. And also I need to, or, remember, this is or, and by the way, this is called pipe, or Venezuela, okay? Okay. I'm going to Venezuela. Is there a typo here? Yes, not typo, but when you have or and, we need to put both sides inside of round brackets, okay? Now, okay, so it's Boolean right now. It's Boolean right now, and I'm going to give them a name. So I'm going to call it, so actually we are asked to name it Brazil, so Venezuela, okay. All right, Brazil and Venezuela now, and because this false and true is not very informative, and I'm going to I'm going to put it inside of F500 data frame so that I can see all of the columns which belong to Brazil and Venezuela. I'll simply copy this and paste it here. And I'll give tech outside. Oh, sorry, we are not there yet. Yeah, I'll just, yeah, this is the countries. You know what? What I'm going to do here is that I'll just take everything here. I'll take everything here. Okay. And I will directly put this one here. And I'm going to assign here. So instead of you know, giving a doing this and giving a variable and putting variable inside of this one. I did shortcut and I directly did it this way. So it works. And if I want to see them, I'm going to simply type the data frame name. If there are too many of them, I will just use head to see only a couple of them. But I'm not assuming, yeah, there are only this many. So these companies are either from Brazil, as you can see, or Venezuela. In fact, there's only one company from Venezuela in F500, but I'm pretty surprised that from Brazil, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. 7 companies. And in the second part of the exercise, select the first 5 companies in technology sector for which country is not USA from the F500 data frame. So what we're going to do here is that we will simply do like this. F500 country not USA, okay? First we have to select tech companies, right? Technology companies in the technology sector. So we have to select sector first. Sector. What is the sector name? Let me look at the column name for a sector. Yeah. Okay. Was it technology? Sector. Yeah, technology. Okay. Okay. So first condition is yes, this one. Okay. All right, and the second condition was, let me put this inside of round bracket, and this time and, not or, because yeah, companies who are not from USA, but in technology sector. Okay, so now this time I'm going to have F500 country. There are 2 ways we can do it. Let me do it in the first way, not equal to. By the way, you might have a different symbol because I have some kind of extensions here and then it shows this way. But when you actually do this, let me do it separately so you can see it. So you have exclamation and then equal. You need to put it together. For some reason, it happens like this. So not USA, okay? So when I put this inside of 500, but with square brackets, and it should work. I made a mistake. The country is, yes, because it's not in quotes. Okay, so there are this many companies, tech companies, outside USA. You know, they're all technology companies. None of them are from USA. Wow, let's see, tech companies. Okay, Korea, not surprised. China, Taiwan, of course, Singapore, Germany, Sweden, Japan, Finland, France, Taiwan. Yeah, Taiwan, South Korea. Yeah, I know. I used to live in Taiwan, so they're so good at it. Okay, so I'm supposed to give it a name. Tech outside USA. Okay. Tech outside USA. Okay. All right. And so we can also sort data based on any particular column values. Okay, so so what we're going to do is, first we will find companies whose headquarters is in Japan, and then with the largest number of employees. So what we need to do is, first of all, we need to find the companies from Japan, all of the companies from Japan. And then we need to sort it based on number of employees column, but in descending order, so that it can be from the biggest number to the smallest number. And then this way, once we do it, the biggest number will be on the top. And if I choose the first column by ILOC, and it will be the company, Japanese company with the biggest number of employees. I hope it's clear. Okay, let's start with company, F500. Was it headquarter or what? Let's see the column name. I guess, are we choosing HQ location? I'm not sure which one I chose when I was preparing this. Let me take a look at it. You know, this part, this HQ part, it includes cities as well. I'm going to choose country, okay? In this exercise, I'm going to choose country. Okay, country double equal Japan. Okay, so this is the first part. Okay, and yeah, so now what I need to do, select the only rows that have country name equal to Japan. Okay, so if I put this inside of the data frame, I will have the data frame with all of the columns, but only the rows which have Japan. Let's check it out. Yes, we have all of the columns. Wow, there are so many Japanese companies. But when we look at the country column, so only companies with country Japan. So what I need to do is I'm going to save this as Japan. Okay, I'm going to save this. I'm going to save this as, or I can say selected rows. Okay, these are the rows with only Japan. Okay, good. Next, so this is our kind of new data frame. Our new data frame is selected rows. Okay, so if I want to take a look at the top 5. So you see, this is just like a normal data frame, but with only Japan. Okay, yeah, Japan. So what I'm going to do is I am going to sort this. You see, data frame dot, our new data frame is selected rows. Okay, sort values. Okay, so when you sort values, okay, the default state of, I need to mention here the row name. Okay, I need to mention the row name here, and the row name will be in this case, what are we looking at? Yeah, employees, right? Number of employees. Yeah, we are looking at employees. And I also, somebody came, and let's see if, employees. Let's see if employees. Okay, so it's working right now, but the problem here is, let's look at employee column. Okay, Where is employee column? Okay, when we look at employee columns, you know, we have 9,000, 13,000. It has ascending order, right? But we need to make it in descending order so that the biggest number will be on the top. So we will come here. So we will pass ascending. There's this, how to say, parameter, you know, it comes with sort values. So as default, it is false, okay? Am I making spelling mistake here? Where do I make mistake? Let's see. Okay. Oh, it's working right now. But ascending will be, look here. Can we see ascending here? Okay, parameters, arguments, first, series, return. I couldn't see here. So I'm going to make ascending false because as default, it's true. So when I make it false, it means it will be in descending order, okay? It will be false. Let's see if it's okay. Okay, now, all right. Now let's see. All right, as you see, now the biggest number is on the top and it goes down here, all the way down here. Okay, now, okay, next, because I don't need everything, I just need this one. I just need this information, okay? The top Japanese company with the biggest number of employees. So in order to do that, I am going to, maybe I can save it. What name can I give? Maybe I can say, because I sort this one, I can say sorted rows, okay? Sorted rows. So sorted rows. So this is actually another data frame right now, okay? So we can even check, let's say, yeah. So this is another data frame with Japanese companies and with the biggest employees from the top 5 biggest employees. So if I want to catch the first, I mean, this information only, just this information only, I am going to do like this. Sorted rows, okay. And if you remember from last week, ilog, okay. And with ilog, I want to hold the first row only. And the first row is 0, right? So 0, good. Okay, so this is the 0th row, but I don't want to have everything here. I just want to have the because I want to know the company's name, right? I'm asked to find the company's name with the biggest number of employees. So in order to catch that, I will just simply have another square bracket, and I will write here the column name, company. So let me correct. Previously, I thought that we were going to catch the number. Okay, let me go back to this part again. I phrased wrongly. I thought that we were going to catch this number, but actually we were asked to catch the company's name, okay? So the company's name here is in the company, but, okay, but if we want to catch anything here, any column, any value here, okay? The location of the company with the biggest employee. So it's the same trick. For example, let me, here, instead of company, if I write here employees, then I will get the the top, if the biggest employee number, okay? And if I choose any other column, if I choose previous rank, I will get this one. If I choose years on global 500 list, I will get this one. So it depends on what you're looking for. And in our case, we needed this information. So yeah, so we don't need this one, I'm deleting. We don't need this one, I'm deleting. So yeah, this is what we need. And we can say actually top Japanese employer. Okay, so how are we going so far? Does it make sense? Do you want me to repeat anything? If anything is unclear, please let me know. Basically, there's nothing new here. Maybe only sort values. I'm not sure if we covered this part. Other than that, we did similar exercises last week, but I would be glad if I can help with anything with your questions. Shall we move on? Okay. All right. Great. Now, next thing we're going to cover is, yes, we have data frame, but sometimes, we need to modify our data frame, right? We need to add new column, we need to add new rows and stuff. Okay, let's start with adding column. Imagine I just created a data frame here. We learned in the first lesson about Pandas. So I created a data frame from a dictionary, okay? So this is how it looks like, a simple, very small data frame. So, but we have price here, but the quantity column is missing here. And I want to add here one more column with the name quantity. And these are the values of the quantity column. So it's very easy. What is the name of this data frame? It's df, right? So df square bracket, the name of the column will be quantity. Okay. And okay, equal, not double equal, okay, equal. I'll just simply copy this and paste it here. Okay. So when I run df again, so our new data frame will look like this. It's very easy, isn't it? So all you need to do is decide a name for the new column. And then you need to put the value, but number of values should be the same because there are 4 rows here and you need to have 4 values. Okay. And so this is one way of doing it. For example, let me add one more column. It's very straightforward actually here. And this time we're going to have whether they are sold in bulk or not. If yes, yes. If no, no. Exactly in the same way. The name of the column, the values, and inside of df, remember, hit run. And then if you look at the new data frame again, it will be just like this. So as you see, in both cases, we had different values, although some of them are the same, but multiple values. What if sometimes, there are cases you just want to have the same value for everything. For example, all of them are in our stock. So I just want to add a new column and with this value true. Okay, so I'm going to make it true, yes. And if I run the data frame again, so yeah, they're true. They're in the stock. And I want to add another value. Is text or not? Yes, they're text. Yeah. Okay, so if I run it again, so here they are. Sometimes you can add data based on value in another column. For example, now, yes, we have the prices, but for each item, how much are we going to pay text? Okay, so let's say the text is whatever the price is, the text is, multiplied by 0.075. So if I do exact same formula here, let me try. So we will create a new variable called sales text. I made a mistake. If you notice, this is not a dictionary. It's so it should be square bracket. I made the same mistake again. All right. So equal. So first of all, I need to hold a price column. So how can I do it? df price or price. Same thing. And I'm going to multiply this 0.075. Okay. So this is the text is always based on the price. So if I run the new df, so it will be like this. So for this item, the sales text is this, and for this one. Okay. All right. What else we can do? Let me look at my notes. Okay. There are many things you can do actually. For example, we can do string operations as well. Let's take a look at this column. This is the only column where we have strings, right? What if I want to make this column uppercase? Okay, all of these will be uppercase, okay? So how can I do it? I need to first hold this column. So df, I cannot use this method, right? Because there are multiple words with space. So my only option is to use square brackets. Product description. So when I do this, let me see if there's, okay, everything is fine. So in order to apply string operation here, I need to use apply first. Okay, apply, open bracket. Do you remember from the first lessons, Python lessons, where you probably learn about strings? Okay, for example, I have apple. Okay, if I want to make it uppercase, right? So what do I need to do? I need to, sorry, let's say apple. I need to put actually this inside apple. Upper, right? I need to put this inside of code, not text. So if I do this, so you see it's upper. Or if I want to make this maybe, yeah, title case. So the first letter is capital. So same way, we can do the same thing in Pandas, but we need to put apply first. We need to select the column, which is series, apply, and then you can apply any regular string operation. So I will do, in this case, what I'm going to do is, it will be string upper, okay? So when I run it, if you notice that we don't use this one here, okay? We don't use this one because this is how it works in Panda, but this is the method, okay? Yeah, so right now we are able to make it bigger. So if I'm going to assign this to same column name, okay? So if I do it this way, I'm not going to add a new column. Column name will be the same. It will simply update the value here, okay? So let's run it. So if we run the df again, so we won't have any new additional column, and it will be the same data frame, but the only difference is the values are different. I'm going to apply exact same thing. This time I want to make a title case, okay? Let me do the title case, and here I'll simply change it to title. So now, as you see, the initial letter of each word is capitalized. All right. There is one more function. What time is it? 6:50. Let's take a break, okay? Let's take a break here, and we will continue with Lambda function. Thank you, and I'll see you at 7, exactly at 7. All right, okay. All right, let's move on. I assume everyone is back. So
Hello.
shall we start?
Yes.
Okay, good. So we will talk about Lambda, but before talking Lambda, I want to ask you if you remember functions. We talked about functions before. For example, I'm going to show you an example. There's a function, and I'm going to, with this function, I'm going to calculate hypotenuse, okay, from math, probably you'll remember. So I define, let's say we have edge 1, edge 2, and so basically what you are doing is that you take the square of h1 and the square of the h2, and you sum it up, and then you take the square root of the result. So this is our function. So for example, if my triangle, if one edge 3 and the other edge 4, I'm going to simply run this, and run this, and it will give me, I need to run this one first. Yeah, I just edit this. In the first case, the other side will be 5, 10, and this will be the result. So this is the function. I'm not talking about Lambda function yet. This is our regular function. For example, let's say I have another function, and imagine this is I create a function, login, for example. We ask user to input their name, surname, and then we say, hello, maybe it's a bit complicated to understand. Let me show you. Let me do it with F string. I'm going to delete it. I will do it. So the first one will be the name. Second one will be surname. So for example, this function, whatever you enter here, and eventually the first name and last name, and it will greet the user. Let me run it. So first, let me type my name. Okay. And my last name. And it will say, hello. No, I made a mistake. Let me do it again. Okay. Okay. Now, so hello, Artanasta. So this is regular function, but in this function there are several lines, 1, 2, 3 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. But sometimes you want to a function just. Let me quickly do it again so that it doesn't give an error. But when you work in Pandas or Dataframe, you want to have a very short, very quick method, just one line function. So Lambda function is a way of defining a function just in a single line of code, okay? And of course, when we have a complicated function, and we definitely need to use this one, not Lambda. So how it works? For example, let's say my Lambda, you assign a variable. In most cases, you don't do it. For example, Lambda, and here you put an X, okay? So later on, when you call it, you will replace X, okay? So in this case, I want to have whatever number entered here, I want to multiply it by 2 and add 3, okay? So this is how we do it, Lambda X and column, and then whatever X is, whatever operation you want to do, it will be here and it will work. So in this case, for example, the result will be 13. So for example, another example here, and Lambda X, and then whatever X is, I want to make it lowercase. For example, if I have high mark, okay, so the output will be high mark lowercase, okay? So in fact, I can just run it. I have it here. So you see the result is like this. You can change it. You can make it 10. Then it will be 53. So it's totally up to you, whatever you want to do. So now, and here is another example. So I want to write a Lambda function so that the end result can be this, TG. So we have, this is a string. It means I want to take my function, Lambda function should take the first letter and then the last letter of the sentence. So how can I do it? I can simply do like this. Let me my Lambda. Okay. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I will do Lambda. Okay. Lambda. And so when we look at this Lambda X column, so if I do like this, if I make like X, for example, let's say this whole text is X, and if I do like this, okay, just like list in string, we can do it as well. If I take X0, okay, it will hold this one, right? Maybe I can show you. Let's say this is a string. Okay, so this is a string. If I put here 0, Okay. So it takes the very first one, okay? And so like so, I will take this one. So plus, you know, in string operations, plus is doing concatenation, combining things, okay? So I hold the first one. Now, if I'm able to hold the last one, and if I put plus between them, it will simply combine them. So we know how to do it. And so again, I can even have a space between them, no problem. So I'm going to have again, X here. Yeah, X, whatever text is, I will have the text, hold the text again. This time I will use negative index, which is 1. Okay, so whatever X is, it will take the first letter and the last letter, and it will concatenate it. So my lambda, now this is my function name, my lambda. What else? What is next? I need to put here inside of it, I need to put a text. So what was text? This is a string. So I need to run this one first. So where is the problem? What's the problem here? Lambda, so I made a mistake here. Lambda. Okay, so it should be lambda. Now it should be fine now. Okay, so when I run it, so this is the result. So as you see, we can use lambda in regular operation. Can we use lambda in pandas as well? Data frame as well? Yes, we can do. We can do. So supposing I have a data frame here. I have very simple data frame. I create a very simple data frame here. So we have just one column and with the name, okay? Oh, okay, I forgot to delete. I was working. I forgot to delete the answers. Let me hide the answer here and let me add some boxes here. So let's do it. So what we need to do here is that I have this from the names, I want to create an email address. What is asked from us is to split this. We have the second one, but I'm going to create an email address for each person, a Gmail address, okay? So basically what I'm going to do is the first name will be first name dot last name at Gmail, okay? And I want to do it with Lambda function. So first of all, I need to hold the name, right? So my data frame name is df and name. So I have dm and name. With Lambda, we have to use it. We have to use apply and open bracket, and we need to use apply Lambda inside of apply. Now we can start using our Lambda function. So again, Lambda x, okay. So what we're going to do here is that x here is this one. X is whatever, this is the column, right? So this is our x here. So what I need to do here is, so we have first name and last name, and there's a space here, right? So I need to use string function, string manipulation, and I need to replace space with dot, okay? So what I'm going to do is now this will be my x right now, x dot replace, okay, open bracket. So and a space, I'm going to replace it with dot. Okay, so this is the first part. Okay, let's check if it works. So it does, okay? So it works right now. And what I'm going to do next is that, so this one, fine. I'm going to have another apply. Okay, so this whole thing will be my X again. Okay, I will do lambda X. So everything before apply is X right now, okay? So our X right now is John.Smith, and I want to concatenate this with at gmail.com, okay? So forget about Hotmail or Yahoo Mail, it's not asked, and I'm creating right now a new column with Gmail based on the first column. So next, what I'm going to do is, and here column. So whatever X is, I am going to add, I will do plus. Remember, in string operation, we use plus to combine things. So I'm going to combine it with Gmail. Okay, so let's see if it works. Okay, it works perfectly well. So one more thing I want to do, I don't like, some of them are capital letters, some of them are title case, and some of them are lowercase. I want to make everything in lowercase. So I can apply another lambda here, dot apply lambda X. So now everything here is X right now, X dot lower, okay? And yeah, so when I run it, you see everything right now looks okay. So I'm going to give it a variable name, df, I will make it like this, email. If you remember from the previous lesson, if you want to create a column, so first we need to do all the operation here and give it a variable name, and the variable name will be data frame, and inside of bracket we will have column name. So when I run it, there's no error. If I want to see the data frame, so I have right now Gmail. So next thing I want to do is I want to change it this way. I want to make the second one Yahoo and the third one Hotmail. So in the previous lessons, we learned iLock. This time, I'm not going to use iLock, but I'm going to use lock. We didn't study this. We don't have time to cover lock, but I will simply explain what lock does, okay? df, remember iLock? So iLock was taking the index number, right? For example, if you put, for example, here, any number, let's say 1, it takes 0 and the first column, okay? So if it is 24, it takes 23, right? So it depends on the integer. But in this case, what I am going to do here is I'm going to use lock. Lock actually takes as a name, okay? For example, right now, because I want to make this one, I want to hold this column. The value of this column is 1, okay? So I'm using lock here, okay? And second case, and from here, I want to hold this column, okay? I want to do operation on this column, not this column. So in quotation mark, quote, I'm going to write your email. Okay. So if you want to see what it is, so you see, I right now hold it, this one, Jane Doe, this one. So what I want to do is, I want to change the second part. I want to change the second part, okay? In order to change the second part, I will simply, you know what? It's just only one thing. I'll just assign here this value, Jane, this part. I will make it hard-coded this time. Yahoo. This time I will just do like this. I hold this one and just, okay, so if I run df, so Yahoo right now. Likewise, this time I'm going to hold this one. This one is 2, right? Beginning with 2. I'm going to make this 2. And because I wanted to make this one Hotmail, right? And this one is Joe. Hotmail. Okay, Hotmail. It has nothing to do with Lambda, but because next thing, I wanted them to be different provider. That's why I had to change it. Now, next thing I'm going to do here is what we are asked here is that we need to create a new column called email provider. So, and we need to split this by at sign here, and the part after at will be our values for email provider column. So we can do it with a Lambda. So let me start with the column name. So df email provider. Okay. So again, I'm going to start with the email first, right? We will do operation on this one. So I need to hold this part, df, and I'm going to use this one, email. Okay. Remember, we need to use apply. So now, and so we are going to right now use this. What we can do here is first, we need to hold this as, this is our X right now. X, what we need to do is we need to split this. We need to split this X, split, if you remember it from a string. So we're going to split it by at function, okay? So at symbol. In fact, I want to show you something. Let me put it here first. So let's see the result of this part first, okay? So now, yes, we split it. You see, it's like a list right now. John Smith, Gmail, Jane Doe, Yahoo.com, Joe Schmo, Hotmail. So I need this part. And if you remember from list, okay, so let me try with minus, yeah, okay. So it should be still inside of Lambda, okay, not, because if I put it here, it will be outside of Lambda. So one would work as well. Yes, one would work as well. So now I can assign the name to this one. And if I want to see it, it will be, yeah. So email provider is Gmail, Yahoo, and Hotmail. So, okay. So we did this 3 things. Yeah. Okay. So this email provider doesn't look like these because they are title case, but these are all small case. I can make there are many ways I can do it, but I'm going to simply df rename the column is, I'll use dictionary case, okay? Like dictionary, it is email provider. And because I just want to change only one column. Just one column only, yeah. So it will be provider, yeah, in place. I'll explain in a moment. Columns will be, yeah, column email provider. It will be email provider. And I will show you something. Let me remove this one. I will show you the difference. So right now, email provider, right? Email provider. It looks okay, but when I run this now without doing anything, but still it is email provider. So there's a problem here. There are 2 ways I can fix this. Either I can use this in place and true. So in place, I think, in place. Yeah, in place. DF, let's check this out. Yeah, it's correct right now. If you use in place, that's okay. Okay, so it looks like there's a little bit of more things to cover in Pandas. It's aggregate function, but in fact, it's mostly about data analysis. So we can set it from next week. We will cover this part very quickly, and then we will do data visualization. We will learn how to do scatter plot. We will do how to do a histogram. We will learn how to do line plot, and there are many different ways, different visualizations, and we will be talking about them. So it will be the 10th week, and we will try to do maybe a machine learning model maybe for the last 2 weeks, or at least very last week. So that's it for today, and thank you very much for your time, and I will see you next time. Thank you and have a good evening.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.